They stop near the service corridor, far from the laughter and the lights. Her mother's perfume mixes with the scent of roses and expensive wine. "My and TU letter 1EA5 and need a proper home," her father says, voice calm and cold. Lynn blinks, unsure she heard him right. "You mean my home?" Her mother nods, smiling as if it's a small favor. "You live alone. It's only fair you share what you have." The words slide like ice under Lynn's skin. Her chest tightens, but she forces a polite smile. "That apartment is mine. I worked for it. I won't give it away." Her father's eyes narrow, weighing her tone like an unruly witness. "This attitude is why people call you difficult," he murmurs. The phrase lands, heavier than the chandeliers above their heads. Her mother sighs, lowering her voice but not her condescension. "Family means sacrifice, Lynn. Your sister's future is our priority." She feels her nails bite into her palm. All her years in courtrooms can't prepare her for this ambush. Then Mai appears, glowing, glass in hand, veil shimmering like a halo. "What's happening here?" she asks, feigning innocence. Mother smiles sweetly. "Your sister is being difficult again." Mai's expression shifts, triumph disguised as pity. "Lynn, can't you just be happy for me for once?" A few guests glance over, sensing tension like perfume in the air. Lynn tries to breathe evenly, to keep her voice measured. "This isn't about happiness, it's about boundaries." Mai laughs, a sharp, perfect sound that cuts the silence. "Boundaries? You skipped my graduation, remember? You never support me." Her words are bait, rehearsed and cruel. Whispers ripple through the nearby tables. Lynn feels the heat rise behind her eyes. She wants to walk away, but something inside her refuses. "My home is not yours to demand," she says quietly. The air freezes. Mai's smile collapses, replaced by a flash of fury. Without warning, her hand flies through the air. The sound of the slap echoes across the ballroom. Gasps follow, sharp and collective, like glass breaking. Lynn's head turns from the force, cheek burning, eyes wide. She looks at her parents. Her mother's mouth twitches into a faint smirk. Her father shrugs, already looking away. No one steps forward. No one speaks. Lynn's heart pounds, but her face remains still. Inside, something ancient and heavy cracks open. The humiliation burns away, leaving something colder, harder. She straightens her back, breathing through the pain. The crowd stares, frozen between horror and fascination. Mai's breathing is ragged, her eyes wide with sudden regret. But Lynn doesn't move. Her voice, when it comes, is low and steady. "You've shown everyone exactly who you are." For a moment, no one breathes. Then Lynn sets down her empty glass, turns, and walks toward the door. Each step sounds like a verdict being read aloud. The music falters, then dies. Behind her, the perfect wedding collapses into silence. Outside the ballroom, the corridor hums with distant music and muted voices. Lynn's cheek still burns, but her mind sharpens like a blade in cold water. She pulls her phone from her clutch, the screen glowing against her skin. Her fingers move fast, guided by instinct, not anger. A short message forms beneath her thumbs. "My family demanded my home. My sister slapped me in front of 300 guests." She scrolls her contacts and selects names with precision. Her law partners. Her mentor, Judge Vin. The journalist who interviewed her last month. Her thumb hovers for a second, then presses send. The message flies into the air like a spark seeking dry wood. She exhales slowly, steadying her heartbeat. Inside, the laughter has dimmed, replaced by nervous chatter. She sees faces peering toward her through the glass doors, uncertain. A waiter passes, pretending not to notice her red cheek. She lifts her chin and walks back into the ballroom. The air feels heavier now, charged with whispers and suspicion. Phones vibrate on tables. Guests glance at screens, then at her, then at each other. Mai stands frozen near the cake, her smile trembling at the edges. TU letter 1EA5 and whispers something to her, pale and sweating. Their parents approach Lynn, panic hidden behind fake smiles. "Stop this nonsense," her father hisses. Her mother's voice trembles with forced calm. "You're making a scene, Lynn. This is your sister's wedding." Lynn looks at them, unblinking. "The scene began when she hit me," she replies softly. Nearby, the judge from the district court meets her eyes and nods once. The nod feels like a silent verdict. Phones keep buzzing. Notifications bloom like a spreading fire. Whispers swell into full conversations. People step back from Mai as if she carries something contagious. Her father tries to gather his clients, stammering excuses. Her mother claps her hands, shouting, "Time for cake cutting." Half the guests ignore her. A reporter in the corner lowers her camera and begins to type. Lynn watches it all with surreal calm. The moment no longer belongs to her family's control. It belongs to truth. Mai finally storms toward her, eyes wild, voice breaking. "What did you do?" Lynn answers without hesitation. "I told the truth." The words hit harder than the slap. Mai opens her mouth, but nothing comes out. Her perfect image cracks before the entire city's elite. Lynn turns to leave. No rush, no fear, only deliberate grace. The marble floor echoes her steps, each one a declaration. At the exit, the doorman bows slightly, holding the door open. Outside, the night air feels clean and sharp. She lifts her face to the cold wind, letting it wash away the noise. Behind her, the music stumbles, the celebration collapses. Inside that glittering hall, power shifts quietly and forever. Lynn doesn't look back. Some battles, she thinks, are won in silence. The taxi glides through the city lights, reflections flickering on the glass. Lynn sits in silence, her phone vibrating nonstop in her lap. She doesn't look yet. The sound feels distant, like waves hitting a closed shore. When she finally unlocks the screen, the storm has begun. Hundreds of messages flood in from friends, colleagues, and reporters. A video thumbnail freezes on her cheek mid-slap. Her name trends beside the words wedding, lawyer, and assault. She exhales, steady and slow, watching her world tilt and realign. The humiliation has transformed into something sharper, cleaner. By the time she reaches her apartment, the headlines are multiplying. Prominent attorney attacked by sister during wedding. Her reflection in the elevator mirrors her calm defiance. Inside her home, the city glows through the tall windows. She drops her clutch, removes her heels, and lets silence settle. Her cat stretches on the sofa, indifferent to the chaos outside. The phone buzzes again, the world demanding her reaction. She opens one message from her colleague, Min. "Video, everywhere, are you okay?" She types a single reply. "I'm fine." Another message arrives from Judge Vin. "You handled yourself with dignity. The law speaks louder than pride." She reads it twice, feeling a strange warmth beneath the bruise. A headline catches her eye from a legal forum. Family exploitation and the price of silence. Her story has become a symbol overnight. She scrolls through the comments, the tide of voices rising. Some praise her strength. Some call it revenge. She closes the screen. Labels don't matter anymore. Her parents haven't called. Mai hasn't texted. The absence of their voices feels heavier than the noise online. She walks to the kitchen, pours a glass of water, hands steady. On the counter, her grandmother's bracelet glints under the light. She touches it gently, a silent reminder of roots without chains. The city hums beyond the window, alive with curiosity and judgment. Her mind replays the slap, frame by frame. The gasp. The smirk. The quiet after. But now, the pain no longer burns, it affirms. She survived it. She owned it. Her phone rings again, unknown number. She silences it, lets it fall onto the couch. She chooses stillness over noise. Outside, the streets pulse with stories she can't control. Inside, she breathes. Tomorrow, she knows, will bring reporters and opinions. But tonight belongs only to her. She stands before the window, city lights spilling across her face. Her reflection looks back, steadier, fiercer, untouchable. The bruise on her cheek glows faintly, no longer a mark of shame. It is proof. She whispers into the quiet, more to herself than anyone else. This ends here. The phone vibrates once more, but she doesn't move. Some truths don't need defending. They speak for themselves. Morning light filters through the blinds, painting thin gold lines across the floor. Linh wakes to the buzz of endless notifications, rolling like thunder on her phone. Her name fills the news feeds, tagged in every corner of the internet. Headlines crowd the screen, each one louder than the last. Bride slaps sister over condo dispute. Attorney refuses family pressure, public cheers. Her hands tremble slightly as she scrolls, then steady. Every word is proof, every comment a witness. She doesn't smile, but something inside her exhales. Her phone rings again, a message from her firm's managing partner. We stand with you, take the day, we'll handle the press. Another text from Min. Clients asking for you by name, you're an example. The irony cuts deep and sweet. The woman once silenced by family now has a voice amplified by strangers. She pours coffee, the scent grounding her in the present. The apartment feels different now, not just a home but a fortress. She opens her email, dozens of interview requests, none answered. A statement drafts itself in her mind. Family is not ownership. Respect is not negotiable. But she saves it for later. Her phone buzzes again, unknown number. She answers this time. It's Mai. Her voice is hoarse, trembling, layered with panic. Linh, please, they're saying horrible things. Help me fix this. Linh says nothing. On the other end, Mai sobs, words tumbling out. TU letter 1EA5 NS firm is investigating him. Mom won't stop crying. Dad's furious. The noise blurs into static. Linh ends the call without replying. Minutes later, her building's security calls. Your sister is downstairs asking to come up. Linh walks to the monitor. Mai stands in the lobby, mascara streaked, eyes swollen. She looks nothing like the woman in the wedding gown. Please, Linh, the voice cracks through the speaker. I didn't mean it. Linh watches in silence. The girl who once stood on a pedestal now trembles at the base of it. You always fix things, Mai whispers. Fix this too. Linh presses a button. The screen goes dark. Her reflection appears in the black glass, calm, unflinching. She turns off her phone, sets it face down on the counter. The quiet returns, heavy but pure. Her cat jumps into her lap, purring against the echo of old pain. She strokes its fur, eyes fixed on the skyline. The city keeps moving, indifferent yet alive. Her story has already left her hands, become something larger. Not revenge, not scandal, something closer to justice. The people who once laughed at her now whisper her name with awe. In the stillness, Linh whispers to herself. Not today, maybe not ever. Outside, clouds drift over the towers, slow and steady. Inside, she breathes freely, no longer chasing approval. The silence feels like victory. And for the first time in years, it doesn't hurt. 3 months pass before Linh agrees to meet her parents again. The invitation arrives as a formal letter, not a phone call. She reads it twice, sensing negotiation beneath every word. At noon, they enter her law firm's conference room, overdressed and uneasy. Her mother clutches her purse like a shield. Her father's smile is thin, brittle, practiced. Linh, he begins softly, this has gone far enough. She gestures to the chairs across from her. Sit, let's discuss facts, not feelings. They exchange glances, caught off guard by her composure. Her mother leans forward, voice honeyed and sharp. People are talking. The family's reputation is suffering. You can stop this. Linh folds her hands neatly. By pretending nothing happened. Her father sighs, tapping his gold ring against the table. You misunderstood our intentions. Mai was emotional. You provoked her. Linh slides a folder across the table. Inside lie payment records, old messages, tuition receipts. 70,000 for Mai's college, from my account, not yours. Her father stiffens. Her mother's face drains of color. That's not relevant, she mutters. It is, Linh replies. It shows the pattern. She opens another page, texts mocking her independence, belittling her work. Her mother's hand trembles as she shuts the folder. This is private. Lin's tone doesn't change. It stopped being private when you humiliated me in public. Her father raises his voice. You think this makes you strong. You're destroying your family. I'm saving myself, Linh answers quietly. Her words fall heavy and final. Her mother dabs her eyes, mascara smudging under false tears. If you apologize, we can forget all of this. Christmas at home, like before. Linh tilts her head slightly. Before what? Before respect existed. Her father slams his hand on the table. You will regret this stubbornness. Linh doesn't flinch. Regret is living by your rules. I've done that long enough. The silence stretches until it snaps. Her mother stands, clutching her purse again. Come hung, she's made her choice. As they leave, Linh calls out softly. I would have helped if you had asked with respect. Her father pauses at the door, but doesn't turn around. The glass door closes behind them with a muted click. Linh sits still for a moment, the weight of decades lifting from her chest. Her colleague Min knocks gently, stepping inside. You okay? Linh nods. Better than ever. She gathers the papers, tucks them into a new folder, labeled Resolved Matters. Outside the window, the skyline gleams against the afternoon light. In her reflection, she sees no fear, no hesitation. Just clarity. She exhales slowly, her voice barely above a whisper. Boundaries are not cruelty, they are survival. The words linger in the room long after she leaves. 6 months later, the apartment no longer feels like a fortress. It feels alive, reshaped by purpose and calm. Books line the new shelves, rows of law journals and client files. A round table stands at the center, surrounded by soft leather chairs. Linh walks slowly through the room, fingertips brushing polished wood. This space, once taken for granted, now holds stories of change. Her firm's new department thrives, family property and boundaries. Women call her office every week, voices shaking, searching for courage. She listens, advises, and reminds them that no is a full sentence. The cases grow, but so does her sense of peace. She checks her calendar, another consultation added, another life turning. Her phone buzzes, a message from Min. Press wants a quote for the feature on your new practice. She replies, let the work speak, no need for words. In the next room, a suitcase rests on the guest bed. Her new intern, N, will arrive tonight from the university. A scholarship student with dreams too big for her small town. Linh remembers being that girl once, hungry for justice, afraid to claim it. She smiles, setting a stack of notebooks beside the desk. Her cat weaves between her legs, purring like a living heartbeat. The doorbell rings. It's Mai, holding 2 cups of coffee, hesitant but sincere. They've met a few times now, each visit less brittle, more real. I saw your interview, Mai says softly. You sounded strong. Linh nods, accepting the coffee without bitterness. Strength isn't loud, it's consistent. They talk about work, about childhood memories, about silence. When Mai leaves, she hugs Linh for the first time in years. No apologies this time. Just understanding. As the door closes, Linh feels a warmth that doesn't sting. She glances at the clock, N's bus should arrive soon. Minutes later, the bell rings again. A young woman stands there, suitcase in hand, eyes tired but hopeful. "Sorry I'm early," Anne says. "The schedule changed." Lynn steps aside, smiling. "Come in, you're right on time." Anne's eyes widen at the shelves, the light, the quiet dignity of the room. "This is beautiful," she whispers. "It's functional," Lynn answers, "and it's yours for the summer." They walk through the apartment, voices low, steady. The air hums with a shared sense of purpose. Outside, the city glows against the evening sky. Inside, a new story begins, not of pain, but of rebuilding. Lynn stands by the window, watching lights scatter like constellations. Her reflection meets her gaze, strong, steady, whole. The woman who once walked out of a wedding in silence has built a world from truth. She whispers to herself, barely smiling. This space was always meant for something meaningful. And for the first time, she believes it completely. Night settles gently over the city, lights shimmering like distant promises. Lynn stands by the window, coffee in hand, watching the skyline breathe. Inside, laughter drifts from the kitchen where Anne prepares tea. The air carries peace, not silence, a living human calm. Her phone rests on the table, face down, quiet for once. No calls from family, no reporters, no noise demanding her reaction. Only stillness, earned and honest. She glances at the gold bracelet around her wrist, the last tie to her grandmother. It gleams faintly, a symbol of legacy rewritten by choice, not expectation. Her life feels lighter now, not because she escaped her past, but because she faced it. In the reflection, she sees not the bruised woman from that wedding night. She sees a builder, a teacher, a survivor who became her own anchor. Behind her, Anne asks softly, "Do you ever regret it?" Lynn turns, her voice calm and certain. "No, some endings are beginnings disguised as storms." They share a quiet smile as the clock ticks toward midnight. Outside, the city pulses with new stories. Inside, Lynn finally feels at home, completely, fearlessly, and free.